So I have been told that somebody has come for Fergie's crown over the national anthem. I can't not go and check this out, can I? Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. Americana. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content, like my Vocal Anatomy 101 CDs where I teach you how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, I have this kind of like semi-series of like what went wrong videos, and just performances that go slightly sideways. And one of them was Fergie doing the national anthem. It's gone down in history as one of these like WTF moments. Now, I have had comments saying that I need to check out Ingrid Andress, because she has just recently done her own version. Let's put it that way. Now, I don't know who Ingrid Andress is. I don't know anything about her, so I'm going in blind. Let's go and see what we think. Before I do though, I will say I have way more respect for people that do things live and get it wrong than I do for people that lip sync and pretend that it's live, or have like endless backing tracks that soak up all the unusual parts of their vocals, let's say. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, let's go.
Now to perform the national anthem, please welcome four-time Grammy-nominated country singer-songwriter Ingred Andress.
So she's like famous, 4 Grammys, 4 Grammy nominee.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed by the twilight's last gleam?
Right, first of all, there is like pitch bends that feel like they're moving into different keys. So I don't know how Ingrid works. Some people need a backing track, they need a, you know, accompaniment to keep them in pitch. Some folk don't. There's definite strange pitch bends here. She also doesn't sound like she's warmed up at all. There was a part where it sounded like she was clearing her throat while singing. You could hear the phlegm move. You would think if you're going to go and sing in front of that many people, you would have done like a warm-up, or, you know, even like just a couple of like hack breaths, like a ha, ha, just to make sure there's nothing in the way. But all right.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming.
I am terrified for the next part. So what is happening here, I think, is a combination of things. A, because she's not warmed up, these higher notes are feeling a bit more strained, but she's also putting on like a textured sound. I think she wants to sound maybe a little bit like laboured, but her voice is already laboured, so it just sounds like it's not doing what it needs to do. There's an ambulance passing by. Maybe it's for Ingrid. In a weird way, I can kind of feel what she's trying to do. It's going for that like smaller sound that feels a little bit more like intimate, but she's just a wee bit too kind of loose with it. Like the words aren't formed properly. There's not enough pronunciation. Like you need to have a little bit of balance. So if you're going for a bit of a looser sound, then you need these moments where you have a bit of clarity, and we're just not getting any clarity. It sounds very loose. Like if there were 5 of her and we were in a bar, it's chiming with that. It's just got a kind of an inexperience to it, and it can't be the case because she's a 4-time Grammy nominee, so I have no idea what's gone wrong here.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst
Oh my goodness. That sounded painful. Like, actually physically painful. Was better than I thought it was going to be, though. Which is not great. It's not a good thing. It's not a good sign. You can see there's a little bit of technique in there. There's a little bit of vibrato coming through, but the pinching sound is incredible. The larynx is lifted like too high, I feel. She's waiting to get to this break in her passaggio to make that kind of cry sound, but because it's coming from like such a tiny little squeezed place, it sounds like the voice is just broken. I feel like she's maybe used that sound, that tonal quality, when her voice is like working well and it sounds good. Think like Morissette Amon, Jimin, they kind of use these sounds. Doesn't work when you already sound strained and struggling. It just adds to the struggle bus. I'm actually terrified. I don't want this to like end. No, well, I do want it to end. I just don't want to go there. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Oh, right. So this is probably the first time I've seen her face like close. Her mouth is not doing anything. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave? It just stays the same position the whole time. Again, this is trying to get this contemporary sound. This is an anthem. Like, it needs to feel anthemic. It needs to have the gravitas. If you're going to do it soft, you need to change the entire structure of the song. I mean, it can be done, but you just have to kind of push the genre. It's not baseball game. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going with this. Ultimately, like, was this sprung on her? Did somebody go, oh, do you want to do it? Like, or was this pre-planned? If it was pre-planned, I have no explanation. If it wasn't pre-planned and they just caught her off guard, perhaps. But I mean, it's still not great.
O'er the land of the free.
Oh my!
And the home of the brave.
My love, I'm so sorry. Speechless for the last bit. It was squeezed, pushed, strained. There was a little riff that just didn't work. And then weirdly, like a little push through a push. There was things in there I've not heard before. But you know what? I have to hand it to Fergie, because Fergie completely turned that song upside down, and it was weird rather than like untrained. Even though there was still some kind of hairy moments, this one here from Ingrid was just underprepared, really strained. I feel quite sorry for her, whereas I didn't feel sorry for Fergie. Fergie like was like, let's go play some baseball or football or what was it, basketball. She was like, I smashed that. I cannot imagine that Ingrid walked away from that thinking, like, put me between Beyonce and Whitney. I'm somewhere there. No chance. Wow. Anyway, whoever suggested that, I want to say thank you, but I'm not going to. And if anyone else has some like hairy performances, things that just go really bizarre, send them to me and I will check them out. And if you like this reaction, give a wee like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you'll be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And oh, say, can you see the button that says subscribe. If you press it right now, I will love you for life. That was soft. There we go. Love you.